Folks, hello, and we are live. Welcome to Gamers Health, the weekly vidcast where Rach and I talk about the health challenges in our lives and talk about challenges that it might affect others within the gaming community because it is a community, really, it comes down to. So, where shall we start, Rachie?
Do you want to start with your sugar?
All right. Well, I got to set up the sugar.
Okay, so start from the beginning.
So the very beginning. Okay, so a week ago Friday, I went in for my angiogram.
I think most know.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
So the angiogram went other than the surgeon expected. The surgeon expected to find nothing, just take a few photos, and in reality was the PET scan with contrast and with stress was correct. I did have a blocked stent. My heart had compensated and opened up another channel, so it really wasn't an issue, which I found interesting. But the actual procedure, having a procedure, found that my main left artery, the one that feeds the heart, the one that's affectionately known as the widowmaker, was 70% blocked. So it was never picked up on any of the tests, any of the scans. So I was like, wow, okay, they stented that. I got stent number 5, interesting enough. And what do I notice any differences since then? I pretty much within 48 hours, I was telling Rach, my blood sugar is low. I've got to eat stuff with carbs. I need juice. I need applesauce. Hey, those Swedish fish I bought for when I had low blood sugar. I guess I need to be eating more Swedish fish.
Right? And ordering more McDonald's. Not McDonald's. Wendy's.
Wendy's for breakfast. Actually making oatmeal in the evening because I was like, I think I need some low digestible steel cut carbs, steel cut oats for carbs that'll take a while for me to digest at night because my blood sugar was going low at night.
And that's the most dangerous time because you are sleeping, you might not know. Or hear your alarm to wake up. Or even have an alarm.
So I have the continuous glucose monitor. I don't have a patch on it, so you can see it right there.
Oh, I forgot to remind you.
Yeah. So I've been monitoring my blood sugar. And one thing I do know from my general health is when I'm fighting an illness, my glucose numbers go up about 20 or 30 points across the board. It's just how it is. If I'm fighting something, if it's a severe cold, when I had COVID, my blood sugar went up. So I was like, okay. So the app for the Libra 2 is interesting because it will give you your average glucose for different time periods. In my case, it does 7 days, 14 days, 30, and 90. And I think that the points that are more interesting are the long term and the short term, right? Because that's what we're comparing. So my average blood sugar for the 90 days was 136 milligrams per deciliter. I guess that's how it's referred to as. So it's 136. I am 25, almost 25 points lower. I am 113, actually 23 points lower over the last 7 days. That's a stark difference, but something that to me is even more stark is the time in target. Time in target is when is your blood sugar within a range of 70 to 180. That's the ideal zone. My blood sugar was in that zone for 89% over the 90-day period, of which 10% it was moderately high, 181 to 240, and 1% of the time it was over 240, and 240 is, again, the danger zone. And it's statistically insignificant how many times I went under 70. For the last 7 days, I've been in zone for 96% of the time. I've been in that 181 to 240 zone for 2%, never hit 240 or above, and my percentage under 70 is 2%. So
we might not see this time when you see the doctor, like the endocrinologist, but the next time,
right,
that'll be really good.
I see I
measure.
I see my endocrinologist in a week and a half, and it might not have enough data for him to make a decision, make a call. But I will give my observations. I'm sure he'll see it, but I don't think it'll be enough of a data set to certainly say there's an issue. I don't think it's going to be enough to change my A1C significantly just yet. Your A1C takes 90. It's over the course of 90 days. So that would be reflected by the higher number. But I do find this interesting. If that main, I would assume it's the main left artery, because if the blocked stent was compensated by for the heart, which is an amazing thing that the heart can actually like go, oh, there's a blockage here.
This is shut down. We have to find another way.
Yeah, let's open something else up. Right. For your heart to do that, it's very interesting. But that would also mean that wasn't necessarily a huge health issue, but a 70% blockage in your main left artery could be. And does my body now see itself as not under stress? I don't have enough data to really be as blatant data. What's there?
Maybe they're cooking toast or something downstairs.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Rachel's like a hound dog.
No, I just smell something burny, so I don't. They must be cooking.
But
I hope they're cooking.
All right. Well, now you lost my thread. Oh, with my heart, I don't have enough data yet. I have a app that tracks my my heart rate and other issues, night and such. So I'm wondering if that. And thank you, Shadow. I'm wondering if that's also going to show an improvement. Again, that's something that I'm guessing you have to look over the course of at least a month to see it. I think I'm seeing that my heart rate's a little bit lower, especially at times of.
Oh, right. When we were walking the other day, you were in the same range that I was.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that it's going to be a little bit less stressed. And less stress on the heart means, God willing, longer use of the heart, right? Hold on. Knocking on pressed wood that makes up this little desk here. You got to do that. So, I mean, again, it's only a week. And it's hard to get data that is really effective under the week. And that's, I wear the watch. My Apple Watch all the time. Now my wrist, which looked like shit last week,
it looks so much better, even in the last 2 days.
All right, you can still see some yellow bruising going on, but it doesn't look like I got manhandled. And
they did a great job of.
Yeah, you can barely see the entry scar. So, I mean, that was really, really a blessing. I will take that for what it's worth. And again, knock on wood, because thank you, God. Now, other than that, I've been restricted on my working out. Couldn't lift more than 10 pounds. Everything had to be bandaged up until about like Thursday morning. Remember, this is only one of the 2 entry wounds. The other one is in my groin on the right-hand side. So that removing the bandage from there and leaving it off, not putting it back on, is certainly more comfortable. But it's one of those wounds that you're thankful you have your wife to inspect it. Like, you don't want to have to tell a friend, hey, Johnny, do you mind if you come over on a daily basis and look at my groin to see how my wound is healing?
Change
my bandage. That's friendship beyond friendship. That's not something that you can generally ask your best friend. You might not even want to ask a sibling for that one. Yeah, that's kind of like, I love you, man. I love you, bro, but there's limits, man. There's limits. So I'm happy that has that's also healing very well. Oh, but again, I haven't been able to work out. I can walk. I can do some basic stretches and boxing moves, but I can't lift any weights. Not that I lift a lot of weights, but free weights or the total gym, I haven't been able to do that. Shadow, can't even imagine how awkward that would be, even asking my wife. Well, you know what? There are certain things where you just have to tap and say, it's like, oh, I need a lifeline. Yeah, I'd like to call my wife, please. Hon, can you? It'll be like changing a bandage on your back, right? You can't really effectively see something that's
right,
especially when you're told that you gotta watch with the bending initially and the stretching, and like you don't want to be in a position where you're like, all right, well, if I put my leg up on a chair, you don't want to put your leg up on a chair to have to tend to this. It's not the way you're supposed to be doing it. It's not stress that you're supposed to be putting onto that wound. I could do the wrist,
Yeah,
you
do the wrist on your own.
I tried the bathroom mirror. The angle doesn't work. I actually did try it. That's what I was like.
Well, how are you going to do that? Because it's up here.
I was hoping
the bathroom mirror is here.
I know. I was hoping that the inside, the secondary mirror.
Or is there on me?
I was hoping the secondary mirror tilted. It doesn't.
No.
I didn't realize that. I was like, well, this sucks.
It comes out.
I mean,
but not.
Yeah, I would need like a facial mirror or something like that.
Right, one of those little hand mirrors.
Oh, a hand mirror. Yeah.
But even then, like, how do you?
It would have been awkward. Well, in any case, it was going to be awkward, right? Is it my awkward movements or my wife being a little bit awkward? At least it's not anything that Rach hasn't seen before, so it wasn't like a.
Well, no, I think you're worried, like, oh my God, did I get everything right? Did I put the Band-Aid in the best place possible so that because it's an arterial wound. So, right. Did I bandage it right so that this way it wouldn't have any way of disrupting the clotting or whatever?
And the groin, the groin was pretty bruised up.
Yeah, that had a lot more bruising than your wrist.
So it was a lot harder to be sure that you were on target with the wrist. Even with the wrist, there was so much bruising.
Right, there was some bruising that was still red on you.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So, God bless my wife. Thank you, God.
And we did it.
Damn straight we did it. So listen, we did it, man. We did it. I'm in a very grateful mood the last week or so. Now, I think overall I might be sleeping better, sleeping through the night better. Although I had one night of bad sleep according to my watch tracking, which I knew I had bad sleep. It's also the one day my heart rate was like, my resting heart rate was like 70 as opposed to like low to mid 60s. It was like, just not a good night to rest.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you have shit sleep.
Yeah.
Your heart rate's high.
So, but, God bless. Again, it's one of those situations which I'm getting.
It might have been the day when you had like those energy sodas. What is it called?
Oh, the Kickstart?
Kickstart. You had extra Kickstarts.
Oh, it might be, yeah.
When you have that caffeine and stuff, like,
yeah,
into the night.
It might have been.
Wake up with.
It might have been the extra caffeine.
Discomfort.
Like I said, I was having like. We went out. Was it Wednesday? We went out to the Italian restaurant. I think it was Wednesday.
Yes.
So we went out to an Italian restaurant on Wednesday. We haven't gone out to an Italian restaurant since my heart issues. Since before the heart issues, actually, but just it's been a while, and I've been avoiding that because it's pasta, right? When you go there, you have to have pasta, and I was like, but
mine didn't come with pasta.
But mine did, because if I'm going to go to an Italian restaurant, I'm getting something with pasta.
I didn't notice. I was like, what is it coming with? He's like, potatoes. Like, oh.
So,
I wanted angel hair.
You should have asked. So, we get there, and the first thing they do, right, they give you these, like, they give you knots. They're not garlic knots, but they were delicious.
It was, yeah, like an Italian, like it was sesame seeds.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, and I'm like, all right, let me take my phone, bink, check my blood sugar. I go, oh, look at that. I'm like at 70, 71. It gives me a lot of range to work with. All right, yeah, screw it. I'm gonna get pasta. I'll get the whole wheat pasta for the extra buck and the slightly slower glycemic index boost. And we did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Rach realized, but constantly, like every 10, 15 minutes, I'm checking my blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I'm like, where's that? Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? And
yeah, he's waiting here.
it topped at like 128, 129. Didn't even hit like 130.
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
I had like at least 3 of those knots. I had a plate of pasta. It was a very, very surprising. Now, even today, we went out for lunch at a local pub. We both had the same thing. We both had grilled chicken sandwiches on a roll with bacon and Swiss. I had salad on the side. Rach had a soup on the side. And did it spike me? I started out right around 100. Yeah, I hit like 100, 180. And then it started going straight. It went up and it went down. It's the other thing too. I can look at the trends before the angiogram, before the stent from my left main artery. I would go up and my blood sugar would stay up for a bit. It would peak or plateau and stay for an hour and a half, and then it would come down. And it was a much slower decrease than it spiked up. Now it goes up, it peaks, and it comes back down. So I'm wondering, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that trend, and if that trend stays true, to me, knowing your body, knowing how your body reacts to food, especially if you're a diabetic, or type 1 or type 2. I'm a type 2, but knowing how your body reacts to certain foods is an eye opener, because then it allows you to plan around certain foods, and it allows you to say, all right, maybe not the best meal I'm going to have, but I know it's not going to stay high for long. It'll come back down. Before, if I had, a quote bad meal, I could expect my blood sugar to stay elevated for a significant amount of time. And I'm not seeing that. Or I would see it hit higher numbers. It wasn't uncommon for Rach and I to be at the pub, and I would think I was not eating anything horrible, and the beep 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 beep, and the alarm would go off, and I'd be like, oh geez, I'm at 240 and still going up. So there's a marked difference, and now is the time where I have to be observant to that marked difference and see when and where it's going. So again, I find it interesting. I find that, like, now I can have an individual wrapped Swedish fish, this little red Swedish fish. This is like my emergency candy for when I have low blood sugar. I find one Swedish fish brings me about up maybe like 5 points, maybe 7 on my blood sugar, and that doesn't stay. It goes out almost as fast as it goes up.
Yeah,
which is interesting. Also,
it uses it very fast.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the blood sugar for very long. So I need to relearn. Apparently, I need to relearn how my body reacts to certain foods, which is going to be a very interesting challenge, and it's going to potentially open up my diet a bit, and maybe allow me to focus more on stuff that is lower in sodium, lower in cholesterol, than necessarily just lower in carbs. And I'm not saying going to go out there and I don't know, pig out in the Entman's chocolate cake with chocolate
absolutely
frosting.
not. That's kind of off limits.
Oh,
damn,
it was good. No, this not
unless they're like that. I don't believe like there's a reason to eat Entenmann's. Entenmann's is nice and everything, but like, I don't feel a need to have abdomens like in the house or, and that's where you would have it, like when you go for a nice meal, for somebody's birthday or, something like this, then you share a slice of cake with your partner and, that way.
Right.
And not every birthday do we do that. It's pretty rare that we take a dessert.
Oh no, birthdays I would take a dessert.
Birthdays, but like if we're out to the pub or a restaurant, celebrating a birthday, generally, we don't take.
Right, if we're out and about, but if we're doing a family gathering and if
it's in the house, we do.
Yeah, and if it's ice cream cake, that's still the devil's dessert because it's like, no, the leftovers are mine. It's my birthday. The leftovers, my precious. I turn into Gollum when it comes to ice cream cake.
And I don't mess with the Swedish fish.
Share. What is this sharing you speak of? Well, sharing allows me to lessen the harm. So, yes, I know sharing is rough sometimes. And there are certain things that you just don't share. The joke today was like, we wanted honey mustard on the side for our sandwiches. Rach got it. I didn't because they put dressing for.
I thought that was your honey mustard.
No, it was the dressing for my salad, and I was like, the bartender like Liam, you get a chance. I need some honey mustard. Oh, well, sorry about that. And it's like I go, listen. There's certain things Rach will not share, and she's not going to share her honey mustard. I
shared it in the end because I was.
You were done. You were done.
I don't think you wanted to wait that long.
Yeah, I have no further use for it. Here, have some.
Yeah, I don't have any more greens to dip in there.
Listen, honey mustard is great because it can double as a salad dressing.
Yeah,
it can flavor your sandwiches. Yeah, it's a very creamy
yet tart because it's got a lot of the vinegar.
Yeah, it's not overly sweet. Some of them are overly sweet. I never realized that there's a real fine line with
like
honey
the
mustard.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah.
Very
sweet. It's Sweet Baby Ray's. It's in the title, Rachie. It's in the title.
Yeah.
Wow, we're going to be doing a giveaway in a couple of minutes, and we only have 2 people currently in the chat. We only have 1 person. It's going to be pull people in the chat. Shadow and Sun. All right, let's roll the dice. Actually, I'll flip you a coin.
Is it Shadow or Sun?
Oh, yeah. It's like, I'd have to go 50-50 chance. Have you tried apple slices dipped in mustard?
No. That seems like an unusual combination.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting one. And wild eyes. All right, good. We've got
what was it?
Wild eyes in the room, and Paul is in the room. So
okay.
So in about 5 minutes, we will do the first giveaway of the night. We got $25 going away twice.
Cool.
And your odds are good. But, again, these are the live streams. This is where the money should go out to because these are the people that support us the most.
The
dedicated. Shadow Sun is not there at the moment.
Oh.
Try it, But in any case, like I said, for me, this last week has been very exciting because, again, there's a shift in the blood sugar, and that's a shift in the blood sugar without me getting in any cardio, without me getting in any weightlifting.
You walk.
I walk, but
it's
not the same. It really isn't the same.
I know it's not the same if I don't do my TRX.
Well, and that's now. You've had some tightness in your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So Rach usually uses her TRX suspension system. Get your minds out of the gutter. It's not that kind of a suspension system. But it's been very effective.
Functional strength training.
Yes, it's been very effective for Rach in building up strength and building up
balance,
muscle. We're trying to, one of the things that we're looking to do, here's the thing. When you turn into your 50s, and by the way, Paul, I'm glad you got to catch us live. We love doing this anyway, but one of the things that we have to do, we'll start in pieces, maybe next week. By the way, earlier next week, next week's episode, next week's live streams for Thursday and Friday may be done from the Poconos at this point. Looks like we're going to get a chance to get away. We haven't gotten away since the end of November.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of missed the whole winter in the Poconos deal.
I don't know. I don't think we even went away for Thanksgiving, so it was like early November.
Is it early November? I thought it was.
I don't think we went for Black Friday.
No, I think we went the week after Black Friday. I think we went the very last weekend.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I think actually, yeah, I know we did because we caught the trivia, and the trivia it was the first Thursday of December, so we were up to the end of November, beginning of December. So that's the time frame, and we haven't been up since then.
Oh, okay.
So, because it was damn cold walking over there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it wasn't early November.
It was kind of snowing.
Yeah, no, that was the end of November, beginning of December.
But hey, if you can walk to the local, then that's great.
So, Shadow Paul, I'm always here on Saturday. It's a nice way to get to chat with the Tenkars. I recommend showing up on Saturdays. Thank you. I mean, this is honestly the experiences that Rach and I are going through are not unique to us. Okay, I mean, they feel unique because until you have like congestive heart failure, you don't realize that other people have congestive heart failure.
Oh, sure.
And then you talk about it, and you're like, and Glenn makes no secret of it. He goes, "One's like, oh yeah, I've had congestive heart failure now for like 15 years." I went, "Brr?"
Yeah. So Glenn's like, yeah, and
yeah, So you learn
just like other people that we've met at the pub. They're like, oh yeah, I have 13 stents.
And it's like, you got 13? Oh yeah, I got them like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh geez. So you think that your situation is unique. Your situation is only unique because you haven't shared it with anybody. Others haven't told you about their situation. That makes it not necessarily as unique as you thought it was. But sharing that knowledge, sharing that experience makes it communal. And it also makes it, it puts people into the point where if they suddenly experience something they've never experienced before, they can go, oh, well, all right, well, I know Glenn and Tenkar went through some of this. I can ask them for some thoughts, some advice as to what to expect. Now, again, every experience is different, okay? My congestive heart failure will not be your congestive heart failure. Glenn and I, are, we're on, it's different, but there are similarities that we can, rely upon and talk about. Excuse me. So that's why I find Rach and I doing this, and not necessarily talking about gaming per se, but talking about real life health issues
that we all struggle with.
Yeah, mental issues.
And that there might be other issues that other people struggle with. And like the common denominator is that, we're into gaming and everything, but there's certain things impact us as people.
So I believe, I'm not sure, it shows me 4 people in the live stream. I am gonna say, if you're watching the live stream and you haven't said hello yet, type in hello real quick, because I'm going to pull a name out of the Gamers Health.
Oh, it has to come from here.
Yeah, so somebody has to have.
There
we go.
Yeah, I want to make sure that you're acknowledged.
I didn't want to leave somebody out because StreamYard has a great tool, and they just launched it in March, and it is the giveaway tool. So it's going to grab everybody who has come up in the chat and allow me to do a giveaway. We're going to do 2 giveaways, and now is one of them. So it's going to grab the names. It says that 4 entries, so that's right. It knows it's 4. And look at that.
Oh, wow.
My hands are here, nothing up my sleeves. It's a good thing. You know what? It's a good thing you actually commented because yeah, because you just won a $25 drive-through RPG. I'm gonna Tenkar's Tavern at gmail.com. All right. Yep. So here, email me at I misspelled tavern. All right. Get. Jeez. I'm not gonna spell the whole thing around again, but just spell tavern properly, like I failed to do. Okay. And email me, and I'll try to get out to you within 24 hours. It might come out tonight if I actually settle in and sit on my computer again for a bit more. At the top of the hour at 9:00, we will give away another $25 gift certificate to people who have been chatting. So again, this is I love this tool. This tool is almost worth it to pay for the service anyway, because in the past,
it's kind of cool to see the names.
Yeah, I love doing giveaways. Giveaways to me is a way to give back to the community, and I'm giving away literally money that the community has given to me, so I get to put it back. When you shop at the drive-through links at the blog, I earn, I believe it's 8% now on the PDF sales, and 8% on print above the print of cost price of cost. So the ability for me to do this is awesome. So, and the monies that don't go toward giveaways or OSR Christmas or stuff like that go toward the little publishing projects that we do. So we do have some stuff that is coming up. We're trying to get Continual Light out the door. It didn't happen as quickly as I wanted because it's all on me. It's not on Jeff. Jeff has done an amazing job with layout. It's all on my life issues. So we should get that out. I'm hoping we have it out before Easter. That'd be a nice way to celebrate. And then the next step is to work on Torchlight. We have pub crawls, which are these. We're thinking about doing is one sheet, 2-page pub crawls. The method may change, or the presentation may change. It may change to something larger. We're working on that with Bad Mike. Yachen, thank you. I'll get that out to you. I gave out 2 last night that were 25 each during a live stream with Glenn. So we still have after tonight's giveaway. In all, it's going to be $250 given away on the various live streams. But after tonight, next Friday, we'll have 2 more $25 gift certificates to give out on the random generated party live stream. That'll be fun. We just try to
Oh, you're doing it on each one.
I do it on each one. It in the past we've done it, and I've done it only on Wednesday night because that was the premiere live stream, and it certainly is the live stream that gets the major guests. We had Matt Finch on Wednesday. We are going to have Luke Gygax on this coming Wednesday. So those are certainly high-profile people within the gaming community. I'm very happy with that. But the interaction with the live stream is what makes these live streams as great as they are. When Rach and I first started doing this, we would literally have maybe 1 or 2 people pop in throughout the live stream. We were talking to future listeners, which is fine. I do that with my my daily videos. But the interaction that we get from you folks, I think, is what makes this special. And I think that's what brings people back. So I'm very happy with that. Get something good. I would say, drive-through. Depending. Our cat's going to make an appearance.
Is she going to be on video?
No.
There goes the tail.
The tail was. I had to move the keyboard. She was like, "What's going on?" Why are they here?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul. The show with Griffith Morgan was very nice. We're gonna have to have him back. Uh, Mike felt bad that he had to leave before the end, but he actually had. I'm going to call it a day. He had an appointment with his grandson that he had to meet and had to make. And Griff could have gone on for a full 3 hours. Actually, there was an after
this
show.
is the documentarian.
Yes, that's the documentarian. So Griff has offered to come back.
Nice.
So we'll probably bring Griff back maybe over the summertime. So like right now, we're going to be bringing people in. I think over the next couple of months, it's going to be guest heavy, at least on the Wednesday nights, for people that either have Kickstarters. I know Joe Block is coming up, I think, in not this Wednesday, the following Wednesday is going to be Joe Block, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to have a lot of guests that are going to be special guests at North Texas RPG Con. And the whole point of monetizing this channel was initially to put money into North Texas RPG Con's pockets. I think that Mike was informed a week or so ago that North Texas is already in the black.
Oh, good.
So
because they don't usually
and they've
have that experience of it. But
yeah,
it's important to them to do.
Well, now, because before they were never in the black, and when Doug was running it, it didn't make a difference because Doug figured I would normally spend $10,000 on a family vacation, so I'll still give my family a family vacation, but I have the $10,000 to spend on this.
Wow!
So now the dynamics and at least monetary dynamics are different. So we're still waiting for them to set up a separate account. Because there was going to be a charity associated, it's going to be a nonprofit with North Texas that will get people who cannot normally afford to go to a convention, will comp them airfare, hotel, it'll get them there.
Like a scholarship.
Kind of like a scholarship.
Yeah, they can do that in-house too.
Mm-hmm. So we're working on that, and that's where we're going to try to put the money to.
Part of the website for people to apply for a scholarship and you know, explain why.
It's all going to be done in Doug Ray's name. And now, honestly, if you're somebody,
especially somebody who, is a writer or trying to,
or an artist,
yes, somebody who's trying to kind of make a go of it and create and contribute, that's a great way of being able to bring as many different types of people in, that may be struggling and have a lot to offer it.
Well, and that's the whole thing too, right? I mean, I as a witness, and I've seen this more at North Texas, although I have seen it happen at Game Hall. I've seen it happen at GaryCon. I don't think I observed it at TotalCon, but there's a different dynamics at TotalCon. TotalCon is a lot of fun, and ChireCon is smaller, and it's only one day. But North Texas is very relaxed, and the number of special guests for 400 to 500 person convention is the same as you're going to get at a 2,000 to 3,000 person convention. The special guest ratio to regular guests is amazing.
And then, like with the scholarship thing, they could figure out how many scholarships could they do and still remain in the black,
Right. Well, it would be funded separately.
And then just have like, okay, there's this many, and the application process opens, and this is what you have to do.
But I've seen at North Texas, going back to my first North Texas, I witnessed companies making, handshake contracts with freelancers, with artists, companies discussing acquisitions, and can you publish this for me? And who do you know as a supplier? Who do you know as a distributor? And it's such a relaxed atmosphere at a place like North Texas that this can happen. I mean, I was
it's a nice place for somebody to be able to come in and just strike up conversation with people and have access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that is certainly needed, certainly welcome and wonderful. So, I'm looking forward to seeing some of those transactions, some of those handshake deals get taken care of at the next North Texas. I mean, I've witnessed a lot of stuff. I've witnessed conversations where people amicably resign from companies. I've seen conversations where, again, I wasn't part of the I wasn't part of the conversation, but when Frog God made their initial deal with Judges Guild to publish Teagle Manor, I witnessed part of the conversation. I was like, just they were sitting at a random open table. What was going on? Was it a great decision in the long run? This is before Bob Bledsoe Jr. Burned the house down, but still, these are places where if you want to be a creative in the gaming community, it's hard to do so without making connections. Okay, and I think that we often forget that. Yeah, the Secrets of Blackmore. It's I watched it. I backed the Kickstarter. I watched it when I got it, and then I couldn't find my my DVD, so I rented it again before we did the sit down, the live stream with Griff, and I was just like, I saw stuff I did not see the first watching, because you catch other stuff, and that's amazing, right? I mean, I was a history major. I consider myself an amateur historian. It's how I look at my gaming, and I really felt that was very, very well done, and it felt like a big ticket documentary done by the big boys. I'm sorry, I've got allergies, so my sinuses.
That's what Paul here is talking about, the documentary.
Yeah, the documentary, which is great. Yeah, listen, the only DVD players I have are my PS4 and my Xbox One, which don't get used for anything except occasionally playing a DVD at this point. So yeah.
Yeah, you tried to do Red Dead Redemption like a year ago, and
yeah,
didn't stick on.
I did. It was interesting. It was fun, but it wasn't.
Yeah, you never went back to it after that couple days.
And then I did the new Wasteland RPG, or newish, not the Commodore 64 version of Wasteland. And I played it for a couple of days, and then I kind of became. I find my ability to interact with a lot of these games to be relatively limited. I don't have, it's not so much the attention span, but my interest lies in spending my time other ways. Writing about games, talking about games, reading about games, reading about current events, reading about more, and getting my news sources not from Fox and CNN and MSNBC and the evening news, but getting my news sources from more direct news sources, which are not part of the mainstream. I haven't been to a game convention since before the pandemic, and I miss them. Sure, they're fun as hell, but they're also amazing for my mental health. I miss them so much.
Yeah.
Wild die. Amen. So we missed, for many reasons, right? North Texas actually rolled out a mini-con, kind of, because they couldn't get their money back. They had to use it.
2020.
In 2020, June 2020, they think they had about 80 attendees, almost all local. Obviously, we did not go. Not least of which was, if we had gone, if we hadn't been forced to quarantine upon arrival.
Flights taking out?
Yeah, but you would have had. Yeah, you would have had to have. If you flew, you would have had to have quarantined.
Oh, we would have had to stay for 2 weeks to get back to New York.
Okay. So it's like no. But we went last year, and
yeah, it was great.
All right, so I mean, since we're gonna,
it felt like freedom.
It did, and it felt like freedom because, well, hey, for June 2020, you were an indoor environment, and they were no masks, right? And
2021.
2021, there were no masks. And here's the thing.
Like it wasn't required. The staff had to wear them as per
Right.
their policies and procedures, but
right.
You know, they were like, "Oh, you don't have to wear that."
Yeah, and because the state couldn't require it. Now, a few people did wear masks, and that was certainly their option.
Mhm.
And the policy for North Texas this year is they don't have a mask requirement. They don't have a vaccine requirement.
Right.
However, if the DM or GM of a game wants their table to be masked, they have to say so in the game's description,
Yeah.
and they can
That's
say,
fair.
"Hey, you have to be masked at my game table," and that's fair. I don't
Right, because you don't want to like show up to a game table and you don't want to wear a mask. You know, it's part of the whole, you know, consent and agency thing, like where, you know, if you know what you're going into, you're choosing that.
Yes, Paul. I was a C64 user back in the day, and I think technically it was the C64C. It was the updated keyboard that looked more sleek and more modern, not that rounded keyboard. And
I don't know what this thing is.
Oh, Commodore 64.
Mm-hmm.
I have an emulator for it, which I'm gonna have to set up one day.
Oh, that old looking brown thing
yes,
with the black keys.
Yes. But the original one didn't have. Mine didn't have. It was all like off white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
binary beige.
Yes. So that's where I got to play all the gold box games. All the AD&D box games and the F-22 simulator and all this other wonderful stuff that I enjoyed. BattleTech. So yes, just got to wait like a half an hour for the game to load on the disc. I never had a tape drive. But my first computer was a Commodore. I'm going to really date myself. A ColecoAtom. Sorry, ColecoAtom, which was basically a ColecoVision with a daisy wheel printer and a digital audio tape drive. Digital audio tape was going to be the future. It was not the future.
It was for a little while, maybe.
Look who's in the room, Rach.
Hey,
Alice.
It's
welcome.
Good to see you.
Oh God, hope you're feeling better, young lady.
Yeah.
Rach has been slacking, by the way.
I have. Since the kid was in town, I couldn't use the TRX, and then this week, you know, I have to get back up.
Well, it took us a few days to put the room back in order.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Oh, Paul ran a bulletin board system in his old C64 with a 2400 baud modem and two of those massive floppy drives. I got the floppy drive toward the end of my not the floppy drive. I got the modem toward the end of my Commodore ownership. But it was right before I got my first IBM compatible, so I never actually used the Commodore modem. Would have been interesting. Back in those days, there were two locations. You either were going to AOL and paying the for your 5 hours, and then it's like $3 an hour after that. Oh my God! Or the other local bulletin board, I think, was Fordham University. So yes, I got to log into the Catholic University's bulletin board. Trust me, there was no gaming going on there. No. It was. But this is what you did because you had limited ability back then. I mean, listen, the ColecoAtom had a daisy wheel printer, so you couldn't print dot matrix, you couldn't do ASCII2 art, you couldn't do any of that stuff, and it was loud as fucking hell. But for printed material, it looked really good. So, needless to say, once I got to college, I got a Commodore 64 with the excuse of, I'll use this for schoolwork. No, I used it to solely play games. That was the only use the Commodore 64 ever had for me. I'm just being honest. That's...
yeah, we never had that.
Did you have the Atari?
We had Atari. We had television.
Yeah, we had
and then Nintendo.
We had Pong back in the day. Actually, I
think we had Pong. Was it Pong on Atari?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know who it was. Taito, maybe. But Pong might still be up in the Poconos in the closet.
Really? I don't think we had that.
Yeah.
Maybe some modification for
Paul, my go-to C64 game ceased working for me early on. I don't think it was Demon Winter, but I think for some reason I recall the cover for Demon Winter, so I think it's Demon Winter. But it was a very D&D like game, and the thing would always fucking crash when I had to change like the computer zone, and it would give me that like the equivalent of a blue screen of death. But the Coleco, sorry, not the Coleco. The Commodore didn't have a blue screen of death. It had like the multicolored screen of death when it went on. But it came with handouts and like little envelopes. So like, oh, reach into handout number 3 and you find like, oh, this is the thing I found in the dungeon. It became very real and almost like playing with your friends. And of course, it never fucking worked for me. So that was frustrating. Yep. Yes, Alice, we're sorry.
Oh, good. We're glad you did.
We're glad you did, and stick around for at least the next 9 minutes because we're going to do another $25 drive-through RPG giveaway because we surpassed 1,250 subscribers for this channel. So every live stream gets giveaways this week, and we've been doing that. So we gave away $25 already. Yajin got the first 25. Hopefully, they spend it well. TRS80. I had a friend that had the.
What's that?
That was the Radio Shack, I believe.
Radio Shack had a game system?
No, computer.
Oh, computer.
Yeah, and I had a friend that had the in high school. He had the Atari 800, not the 400. The Atari 800. They're high-end computer, but then everything. I still remember typing in games like 500 lines from a magazine, and then you have to hit like then you saved it onto a disc, and then you ran it. And it was a really shitty game if it ran, but 9 times out of 10, you had a typo in there. You had to go back and figure out what your typo was.
I didn't get a computer until 1994.
That's probably best, Rach.
A compact Presario. I got it at what was the name of that computer? CompUSA.
Oh my God, that's going back
because I was going to graduate school for social work, and I needed it for papers and other things, and we were already at computers because all during undergrad you had like the word processors that you'd see like a line and or 2 of your paper. I can't remember how you had to print them. You had to print your paper like bit by bit.
Right.
Strange.
Alice, thank you for the grats on the subscriber marker. I figure that with having Luke Gygax on this coming Wednesday, we may pick up a few more peoples. And Professor Dungeon Master gave the channel a shout out the other day, which was very nice to see. We got to get back together with him.
Which one?
Professor Dungeon Master.
Oh yeah, the guy.
The YouTuber from New Jersey who
yes, he brought a couple of friends.
Yes. Well, we brought Joe, so we
yeah.
It was good. It was 6 of us. Got to do a little shopping. Got to do a little hanging out, a little eating, a little drinking. Always a fun time. And he does a very professional show. We don't.
Yeah.
I don't do a professional show, folks. Okay. I do something that certainly comes from the heart.
There you go.
I enjoy doing it. It's not professional. My big thing is, am I wearing a shirt that doesn't show my dandruff and is relatively clean?
And it doesn't have the pills from the dog.
Oh yeah. So I mean, to me that means look at my hair. I need a fucking haircut. So we're not talking professional. This is cable public access TV back in the 80s. Okay, and if you were in New York,
like Wayne and Garth.
Wayne and Garth, yes. Who did we have? I would always see him at my friend's house, and then he got a show on one of the UHF channels. I can picture his face. I can't picture it. But just a really entertaining but low budget talk show, which occasionally got like some like real guests on, and it's only because they were like, I guess in the area.
Wasn't it usually like porn stars and things?
No. This guy was This guy's a bit cleaner than that. God, I can't remember his name.
I don't know why I'm associating that with
Uncle Floyd. Yeah, Uncle Floyd was out. He was on Channel 55 out in Long Island, but that was after he did public access TV. So you just got to make it work. You just got to make it work. We're never going to have tens of thousands of subscribers, but hey, we can hit 2,500 before the end of the year. I would be happy as a pig in poop.
Yeah, we have a little piece of the sky.
Little piece of the sky. Yep, the Atari 800. I still remember my friend Peter's Atari 800, and that was amazing.
What's Atari 800 instead of regular Atari?
Because it was a computer. But
wait, Atari made a computer?
Yes, it made the 400 and the 800. And
I guess you're probably right. It was better I waited till 94 to get a computer.
But what did we use it for? We played Centipede on it because
Centipede. We had Atari for that.
The regular Atari, man, Centipede on the Atari was like, I'm going blind. I can't see anything. Which, actually, Rach, you would never have noticed the difference.
No, I probably wouldn't. I was just like, we got to get all the shit that's coming down.
Yeah, it was.
Shoot it all.
It was bad. David had the UK version of the Atari 800.
Oh,
I had to use a monitor. You had an American version, so you had to get a monitor because it wasn't compatible with UK TV.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes,
that must have been really hard.
Comp USA. Yeah. Oh my God!
How long has it been defunct for?
Longer than Circuit City, and Circuit City.
Yeah.
Circuit City. Were we married or dating when Circuit City went under?
I think we were dating when Circuit City went under because we were still dating because like Circuit City up in Yonkers became it became a micro center.
Oh, okay.
And we went to the micro center there a couple times, I think, like at Cross County.
All right. Well. All right, so Wild Eye Atari made several computers: the 400, the 800, the 1200 XL, the 600 XL, the 800 XL, all 8-bit, and then the ST and TT lines of 16-bit computers. That was the Amigas, right? Because I always wanted to get an Amiga. I was like, oh man, this is the future of everything. And I think the original Babylon 5, I think the first season, the graphics were done on Amigas. I think that's always interesting information.
I don't even know what that is.
See, Rach, before the days of the internet, you'd get all your information. I'm sounding like Anthony Fauci. You get all your information off the magazines, and then you'd get the magazines, and you'd be like, I want that, and I can't afford that, but that's what you did. Comp USA started dying out around 2007, 2012. Yeah. Actually, I think our Circuit City was a Comp USA before that, and before it became Circuit City. I think it was Comp USA.
I don't know.
Amiga was Commodore. You're right. Thank you, Wild. I get old. I forget these things. Yeah. I'm the confused one. Okay, Alice. It's not Wild Die. It's not. Rach is confused because she lacks all knowledge regarding this stuff, which is fine. I'm confused because I have just enough knowledge to confuse myself and get my wires crossed.
Oh.
So therein lies it. All right, folks. If you haven't commented in the last 5 minutes, I'm going to make a strong suggestion that you comment so we can get you into the into the
lotto.
Into the
Tenkar lotto.
The StreamYard giveaway, because we want to make sure we get everybody in. And it is almost 9:00. So, Gamers Health Livestream. There we go. You had a 2XL robot that used 8-track tapes? My God.
Wow.
That is scary. No, not scary and like I'm terrified, just scary in a concept. Now, here's the deal, folks. And yeah, since you won the first prize, if you come up a second time, I'm going to re-roll. Nothing personal, but I want to make sure everybody gets a little spreading of the wealth. I know this thing is truly random because Bad Mike had responded to somebody in the chat on Wednesday, and the first winner was Bad Mike. So, and I was like, you can't win because you're my co-host. But yeah, you can't win because you've recently won a prize. Sorry. All right. we are going to start collecting comments. Are you ready? Okay.
Good luck, everybody.
Oh, I got to put the damn thing in the
What happened?
screen. Hold on. I got to share the screen. It doesn't work if I don't share the screen, and people don't know. All right. We're going. 3, 2. Oh, hold on.
There it is.
See, now I'm in here somewhere because I commented earlier. So if I come up, obviously I got to reroll. Oh, Yajin.
No way.
Yajin, I'm sorry, man. I told you. I warned you. You can't win twice tonight. You can, but you can win next on another night. So we're gonna draw again. Folks, pretend you didn't see that. Spreading the love. Spreading the love. Spreading the love. Alice, you got yourself a $25 drive-through RPG gift certificate. You know how to reach me on Facebook.
Good stuff.
Send me your email. I'll get it out to you within probably by tomorrow morning, late tomorrow morning, the latest. Maybe tonight if I get a chance to sit down here after the cast. Who knows? But yes, Alice, congratulations. So, all right.
Very nice.
Of course, with my luck, like Alice got, like, her internet went down. She has no idea, and I'm going to have to reach out to her after the cast. Nope, there she is.
Yay.
Since I really catch you guys. Oh, shush. It has nothing to do with you catching us live, young lady. Okay? It has everything to do with community. And you are a huge part of the gaming community. Okay? So this really is.
Yeah, you're allowed to win.
You're allowed to win. Rachel's not allowed to win.
No.
She already won when she found me.
Oh.
I know I'm full of shit, but you know. It's just. But again, like I said, I've had people go like, "Oh, you gave away." Before we're done, when we finish this up next Friday, I'll have given away $250 in drive-through RPG gift certificates to celebrate surpassing 1,250 subscribers. And I've already had a few people come to me and go, you can afford it? It's like, it's not my money. Okay, it's not coming. I'm not reaching into my pocket. Okay, I'm not saying, hey, for my pension money, I'm giving away $250. No, this is drive-through RPG affiliate money is coming in, and I am very happy to put them back out in the community. Let folks buy stuff. If you want to pay me back for this, if you buy something, tell me what you got and if you enjoyed it. And if you really are psyched, maybe you want to do write up a guest post reviewing the product, whatever you want to do.
Nice.
But there's no obligation. This is just a great way to enjoy the hobby that we all share together. So, yes, you can track me down easily, Alice. That is, and if not directly through me, through my better half. You know. Oh, good.
Wonderful.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. So, if here's the deal. Then that's good. But if we do go to the Poconos, I will pack the car during that time, so we are ready to go when you guys are done.
Thursday, or we could just like leave very early, and then be there for that time, and I can do it from there.
All right, we could do that too.
Because I bring my yoga mat anyway, and you know, I'll be bringing my TRX.
All right, well,
and yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. Do you bring your iPad and you're set. All right, I wanted to make sure you all got to do what you got to do. Yeah. It's very important.
Unless you wanted to go like more towards the evening, that's awesome too.
Well, no, more toward the evening usually means more toward the
heavier
rush
traffic.
Yeah, I don't like rush hours. Okay. I mean, it's the best thing about not working is no more rush hours. No, there's no.
No.
There's no reschedule needed. Trust me. I'll get Rachel up there in plenty of time. And hey, you can use a bedroom door that you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. That I don't have to be afraid of warping more.
Yeah, no. Or not just even warping it. The door
I thank that door every time I do it. I'm a big lady, so I'm always like, thank you. I bow to that door, like I rub it. It's a really big, strong, old wooden door, so I thank God for it.
Oh God. So all right. What else? Anything else we need to directly? Did we miss anything? Any of the? Trying to think here. I think
doing some cleaning out of shelving and stuff, like going through stuff. That's always something that helps me.
Well, it's spring cleaning, right? It is. It is spring.
Yeah, reorganizing.
So now here's the thing, folks.
Getting rid of things I no longer use, or giving away things that no longer have a,
and no longer have a use.
Ring for me, yeah. And then or us, right? Or just throwing out outdated crap that we just put up and forgot about.
So into that spring cleaning mode. So something that we plan on doing, and I will try to get a head start on, is there was a point when what has become Rachel's yoga / workout studio, that used to be our family room. We mostly watch TV now from a different room. But before it was that, it was kind of like our storage room. All right. I mean, before we had it like redone, it was, you got shit, you shove shit there, and then you just didn't think about it. So we had to move all that stuff out, and now a lot of that stuff is in what used to be my computer room. Now, why did it stop being my computer room? When Rach started working from home.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about the kitchen. What I'm doing now. I'm talking about. I didn't mean to open. But if I'm happy you go in there.
So here's the thing. Our bedroom and the computer room have an open.
They're separated by like an archway.
So
there's partial walls.
When I came, when COVID struck, when I came down with my upper respiratory, which became pneumonia, which became congestive heart failure. Let's keep the ball rolling while we're at it, right? When it became all of that and more, I could not use that computer because Rach was in the very same open area dealing with clients.
Right. I was doing their therapy sessions over Zoom. So he couldn't like pass in and out of the room.
Right. And there was no privacy.
It wasn't a patient.
Right. And there was no privacy for Rach. Yeah. So this setup actually works out pretty well because having
that's how this setup kind of got started because he needed a place to be able to do his posts and
and my videos. And, But here's the thing: this allows us to do stuff, and we get to share the room together anyway. Rach is out here with me. We when we want our together time, we can have it. So our plan is to start clearing out the room that we put a lot of shit into in the last couple of years. And clear it out and get the total gym placed there where I won't have to fold it up when not in use. And Rach could use it as possibly a yoga space. When we have our contractor in, we could see, is there a way he could maybe put a support for Rachel's TRX? It might become something that we'll do more than just have, our main closet, gaming material, and my original desk.
Yeah, there's a lot of gaming material in there.
There's just a lot of gaming material
everywhere.
This is, I have certainly, God bless me, I found the right woman. I married the right woman. And that's the words of wisdom my mother gave me. You found the right woman in Rachel. It's before we got married. I went, really? She's like, yeah. I go, why do you say that? She lets you be you, and at the same time makes you a better you. I was like,
oh,
well, that's kind of deep. Not the answer I expected, but okay, thank you. And my father, around the same time, just said, Rachel's a keeper. Don't fuck this up.
Oh.
So I did very well. So now, hey, let's let's just check something out live. We were talking about my blood sugar early on and how it's been much better since I had the stent clearing up my 70% blockage in my left main artery. Let's see what we're looking at right now. So I'm looking at a blood sugar of 109.
Okay,
which
so it's
is
been stable.
and actually, if you look at the graph there, you can see it's
you
stable.
can see it's been stable since he started the cast.
Yeah, so that's actually very, very much a straight line. So that's pretty exciting, because I mean, I've had times over the past weeks and months where no matter what, my blood sugar was high. Here's the other thing that Rach, I don't think I mentioned this to you. So for the longest time, I was having what they call, I think, the morning spikes or the sunrise spikes.
Mm-hmm.
And what that is that when you wake up in the morning or you're about to wake up in the morning, your body puts glucose into your system,
right,
to give you energy as you're getting up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was spiking. I would wake up, my blood sugar would be like 140, 150. Now my blood sugar, I'm waking up, it's 109, 115. It's in a perfectly normal range. So again, I got to follow it for another couple of weeks and see if this trend stays. It certainly does seem to be staying. It's it's a wonderful thing. And again, with that blockage that I had no physical manifestation of any issues related to it. I wasn't retaining water. I wasn't wheezing. I wasn't losing my breath. But it looks like the physical manifestation may have been in my blood sugar. Interesting. So more on that next week. I guess we'll have to follow the trends and see how that goes. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we pretty much covered. Now, after we finish this, I'm going to be making cheesesteaks.
Oh, you're hungry?
We got to make the cheesesteaks, Rich.
Oh, okay.
We defrosted the meat. Can't put it back in the freezer.
Okay. I was just not sure if you just want to have them for tomorrow.
No, I want to have them today, damn it. This is going to be our after-cast treat. So we have hot dog rolls that are lower carb bread hot dog.
What is the name of it? 34357 or something?
Some I can't remember.
Some 3-digit number like that, and it corresponds to how many carbs or how much.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I think it's 3 net carbs per slice is what they claim. So or per bun or whatever. But we're going to use up these hot dog rolls. I'm going to do the cheesesteaks with onions and peppers frozen. And I was going to use some of our shredded cheddar, but I think I'm going to use the shredded Mexican cheese. I think it'll melt better. And I think it'll be add a little extra flavor and taste. So it should be fun. So that's our late dinner. We had a very late lunch. So it kind of fits in together. On that note, folks, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who won a prize. Thank you to everybody who participated. I really do.
Thanks everybody for joining us, hearing us.
I don't know what Paul Wizwit. You are speaking in tongues to me, and I don't understand tongues. I do not know, but I'll leave it up on the. I was going to leave it up on the screen, but I'm not gonna. I don't know what it means. Folks, we're still in the midst of the world of pandemic. We touched upon that. We didn't touch it. We could have touched more about conventions and masks and all that stuff. Oh, cheese whiz? No, I'm putting. No cheese whiz on it. Real cheese. I'm gonna cook the meat, and when the meat's almost 100% cooked through, I'm going to put cheese on top of it, cover the pan, let the cheese melt, and then serve it on the buns. Because you can't have cheese whiz on it. Can't do it, man. If I'm gonna eat poorly, I'm gonna eat healthily poorly.
Or you're going to eat poorly, but like real good food.
Yeah, or something like that. Okay. Alice, it was nice hanging out with you too. Really was. We didn't touch on conventions and mask wearing as much as I thought we might. Maybe next time. It might come up when Luke comes up on Wednesday with us. with Mike and I.
I mean, we did a little bit.
We did a little
terms
bit.
of like at North Texas,
right? But just in general.
But generally, I think for most of these things, the policy would be that you follow whatever the local health authorities tell you to do.
Right, but sometimes even Gen Con is doing masks and vaccines again for this summer. So less said about it, the better, I guess.
Fair enough.
Folks, as always, we are in the midst of the world of COVID. Use your common sense. You're a goddamn effing adult. Use your common sense, okay? I'm not going to tell you what to do. And anybody who thinks I should tell you what to do, can pound sand. Ow!
You know what to do for yourself.
Yes.
And yeah, have a great night, everybody.
Be safe, be well,
Thank
God
you.
bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well. And Rach and I will be back again next Saturday, likely from the Poconos. Next live stream is going to be Wednesday, 8 p.m. Luke Gygax would be our special guest. And that's Mike and I. And I'll be back with a regular short video again tomorrow. So, again, folks, thank you.